Today we're doing 2 NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Sunday, September 8th, you guys. Super exciting times, you guys. Week 1 of the NFL season, Sunday slate here. I'm obviously going to have a video for Monday Night Football here, but these are Sunday NFL player props here, PrizePicks. I got 2 plays. I'm going to have some bonus plays as well. Before I get started, link in the description below. Hop into the premium Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. It is where I'm posting all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. We have other cappers in there as well. It's a super positive community, you guys. Everyone in there just trying to help each other cash, you guys. Link in the description below for that. I also want to mention I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice, simply just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully give you guys some insight, research and analysis, insight to make your own player prop decisions here. Also stay to the end of the video, you guys. I'm going to be talking about Daily Grand Fantasy. It is a research betting tool that I do use every single day, you guys. 25% off your first month. We'll be talking about it at the end of the video. DFS optimizer is absolutely elite, you guys. Promo code in the description below, TUFF, 25% off your first month. But I'll get to that at the end of the video. 2 player props that I do like. Sunday, September 8th, you guys, week 1, Sunday, NFL football PrizePicks. Let's get after it. The first play here is going to be DeAndre Swift. I like his over. Sorry, let's see if this was, no, not Swift. DeAndre Swift. I like his over 2.5 receptions targets. Now, at the time of me recording this video, I can't control PrizePicks removing lines and things like that, bumps and things like that. But if for some reason, this is my favorite play on the board currently, but if for some reason this is not on the board, I do still like his receptions at 2.5 if it bumps up, and I like his receiving yards as well. But 2.5 reception targets is my play here for this video, the first play essentially. And we look at DeAndre Swift. Over on Outlier, again, there's a link. You can get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. He's currently minus 170, you guys, to go over 1.5 receptions. So the book's heavily favoring him to give us 2 catches in this one, which is why reception targets at 2.5 seems like elite value to me. We look at DeAndre Swift going back to last season. He was obviously with the Philadelphia Eagles. He's on a new team now. He saw heavy route participation. We can see the routes run, 20 plus routes run in numerous games last season. I think his kind of role kind of started to tail off towards the end of the year. But we know now on this new team, they signed him to that massive deal in the offseason. And we know a running back is a rookie quarterback's best friend, right? The check down, I think, going to be heavily used by Caleb Williams. We saw even Caleb Williams in college use the check down to the running back a ton. And DeAndre Swift, he was brought in to do this exact thing. Like Matt Eberflus, the head coach of the Chicago Bears. And again, if you don't know, I'm just going to mention this now. I am a Chicago Bears fan, so definitely feeling some type of way about this play. And I really do feel good about my Bears this season. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about them. But here's a quote from Matt Eberflus, head coach of the Chicago Bears. Just a weapon back. You know, we really needed that guy that can really operate on third down, even on first or second down, and be a weapon in the deep part of the field, in the short part of the field, taking the distance. He's got a lot of gas. And you can say here, DeAndre's looked really good during the offseason. You guys know he's really quick, and he's a weapon out the backfield, which is outstanding for our passing game, going to create some mismatches for us. He can do a lot of things. We can split him out wide, run their full route tree. He's exciting to watch. So he's going to be used, you guys, as a pass-catching back in this offense. That's why 2.5 reception targets seems like a super elite value in my opinion here. We look at running backs last season versus the Titans that saw 10 plus rushing attempts. Numerous running backs cleared this essentially three target line versus the Tennessee Titans last season. This game is at home. Rookie quarterback. I think there's just a ton of upside for this play at 2.5. I don't know if I'll play it at 3, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, there's elite push potential at 3. You could play it at 3, but if for some reason 2.5 reception targets is not on the board, check the pinned comments of this video. I will, share what play I'm playing or how I feel about the play now after the bump or whatever it may be. But I do like all of his receiving lines currently at 2 receptions. I do like his receiving yards at 13.5. But 2.5 reception targets is the first play for this video. Second play is going to be another wide receiver. It's going to be Khalil Shakir. I like Khalil Shakir here a lot. I like his over 3.5 receptions. Again, if this line's not available, I do like his over 5.5 receptions targets. But for this video, Khalil Shakir over 3.5 receptions, you guys. According to Pro Football Focus, which to me is the best analytics research football platform that we have, right, that exists, and PFF ranks the Arizona Cardinals secondary as the 32nd ranked secondary in the NFL. Right? They talked about it all season long. We know the Cardinals are going to have a good offense, much improved offense, but their secondary is ranked dead last in the NFL according to PFF, and it's going to just allow Khalil Shakir. I don't know why we get this line at 3.5. I would still honestly play it at 4, in my opinion. If it does bump up to 4, you could still play it, but at 3.5, you guys, absolute elite value in my opinion. We look at Khalil Shakir The odds aren't even really that crazy for him on this one, which is interesting to me. -115 on DraftKings, -110 on Bet365. But at 3.5, he is going to be Josh Allen's #1 target this season. He's going to be his #1 target. And even look at this thing here, this article. I'll put links to both these articles in the description. Bills QB Josh Allen, Khalil Shakir, top the NFL in this encouraging stat, right? It's called GOCTB. Acronym stands for Get Open and Catch the Ball. Or essentially, this is the acronym that Josh Allen uses to his wide receivers. But take a look at this stat line, right? Most impressive part of the stat line, Shakir received only 45 targets in the regular season and 12 targets in the playoffs. When the ball was thrown at the wideout, he's coming down with it more often than not. Just listen to this. Allen, per Pro Football Focus, targeted Shakir 56 times last season, with 51 of these throws being considered catchable. That's good for a catchable rate of 91.1%. They're the only duo in the NFL with a catchable target rate over 90%, with the next closest being Geno Smith and Jackson Smith and Jibba. So, no more Stephon Diggs. No more Stephon Diggs. No more Gabe Davis. Khalil Shakir is the only wide receiver on this team that has actually caught a ball from Josh Allen besides Dalton Kincaid. Okay, so take a look at this. From week 7 onward, Shakir had 10 games with multiple receptions, earning a PFF grade of 76.6. Despite a smaller sample size, the Allen to Shakir connection was the most accurate in the NFL, as 91.1% of his targets were deemed catchable. This line doesn't make sense to me at all, you guys. I mean, we're talking about Khalil Shakir. He's over this essentially. If we go back to essentially to this game against New England, 1, 2, 3, 6, at least 3+ receptions in. Let's just do this by last 10 games. Last 10 games, right? At least 3 receptions in 1, 2, 3, 7 of his last 10 games. At least 3 receptions. Again, that was sharing the field with Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs. An absolute elite spot here for Khalil Shakir. I don't understand the line. I love this play. 3.5 receptions for Khalil Shakir. So 2 plays for this YouTube video. NFL PrizePicks Sunday, September 8th. 2-man pair here. I also wanted to share another Goblin play that I find interesting just as a bonus play. This is not a part of the pair, you guys. This is just to share with you guys that I think, what did I type, Goblin? That I think has some value. It's Tony Pollard. Again, over 0.5 receiving yards. Where did it go? Tony Pollard over 0.5 receiving yards. Doesn't make any sense to me at all. Honestly, truly doesn't make any sense at all, but I think it's some value there for a Goblin to add to your slips. But for this video, DeAndre Swift, 2.5 reception targets. Khalil Shakir over 3.5 receptions. If, again, you're watching this video and these lines have moved, check the pinned comments below. In the video, I'll have a live comment from me talking about the pivot I would make. But then let's talk about Daily Grind Fantasy real quick, you guys. Daily Grind Fantasy DFS Optimizer takes the lines from every major sportsbook and gives us an essentially an odds to hit. We go to NFL, right? The current NFL lines on the PrizePick board, this is updates live in real time, would be Christian McCaffrey under 21 fantasy score, giving us a 53.96 odds to hit. Because these major sportsbooks just don't have fantasy scores, they don't offer fantasy scores, Daily Grind Fantasy does the hard work. They take the lines, like his rushing yards, receptions, all those lines, and they combine it into essentially what his fantasy score would be from these sports books, giving him a 19.1 on DraftKings, 19.4 on FanDuel, which is significantly less than what it is currently on PrizePicks, giving us a 53.96 odds to hit. The next play would be Daniel Jones over 16 fantasy score, given that his odds on books for his lines would give him a 17.4 on Pinnacle, which is the sharpest sports book in my opinion. 53.82% odds to hit. So again, there's a promo code and a link in the description below. You can use promo code TUFF. You guys can get 25% off your first month on Daily Grind Fantasy. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about it. But again, 2 plays for this YouTube video. Please drop a like on this video. Content like this coming every single day. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.